losses and gaze tracking is good, and there is no absence of the blind spot. Sometimes only it usually happens in single eye patients. We ask the patient for, suppose the patient has had only left eye, right eye is one eye, left eye is functioning. We mark the right eye and we do the left eye. So the machine marks according to the eye that is fixed, and the marking of the blind spot is alongly marked and gives 100% fixation losses, and that is usually happens in single eye patients. So when there is 100% fixation losses, you should always see the grayscale, whether there is an absence of the blind spot or the displacement of the blind spot, and blind spot is there and not and 100% fixation losses, and then we have to think of head tilt. These are the things we have to know. So now coming to the zone 5, this is the total deviation numerical plot. Total deviation numerical plot is to know the loss of retinal sensitivity or the deviation from the normal, how much it is deviated from the normal. That gives the total deviation numerical plot, and it is nothing but the corresponds to the deviation map of the OCT. The red is more deviation and the yellow gives the lesser deviation. You see the deviation, this is the total deviation numerical plot, and it gives the loss of retinal set at each point. Now we will be knowing this is the measured retinal sensitivity, and when compared with the normative data, and the difference normative data minus raw data gives the total deviation numerical plot. So suppose, take for example, 29 is the measured retinal sensitivity, and the normative data is 33. That means the deviation is -4. The measured retinal sensitivity is 30. The normative data is also 30. That means there is no loss of retinal sensitivity, 0. The measured retinal sensitivity is 31. The normative data is 30. That means the measured retinal sensitivity is better than normal by 1 dB. So it gives how much it is deviated from the normal values. If there is 0, that means it is not the measured retinal sensitivity and the raw data are the same. There is no 0 deviation. A 0 in raw data is absolute scotoma. A 0 in total deviation numerical plot, it is a normal sensitivity point. And usually we have in the total deviation numerical plot, we can have 3 set of points. The points without a sign, that is better than normal sensitivity points, are a 0, or points with minus, that is loss of sensitivity points. The more the higher the value with minus, it is the deviation is more and it is a deep scotoma. And usually whenever the points on the slope is given the green shade, green colored points, that means they are normal points. They are normal sensitivity, the normative data. Any point on this normal slope of the field of vision corresponds to the normal points. And above the slope of field of vision, they are the better than normal points. And below, they are the loss of retinal sensitivity points. The red color is given and the yellow color is given. The green color is given. So one should know what is meant by the best deviation point and what is the worst deviation point, what is 7th best deviation point. Take for example, in 30-2, the outer set points of 30-2 are not considered while calculating the best 7th point. All the outer set points of 30-2 except the 2 nostril points are eliminated. Only the points of 30-2 or 24-2 are considered. And you see in the total deviation numerical plot, you see any point is better than normal. If it is there, which is the best one, you put it in a chronological order. Then comes the points on the normal slope of field of vision. Then comes what is the deviation. If there is -1, you put -1, arrange in a chronological order. In this total deviation numerical plot, the best point is +3 and the worst point is 33, and you count it, and it is the best 7th best deviation point. And usually the best points, the better points than above the slope of field of vision, are the p-value is not calculated. even though the sensitivity is also not commonly seen, the p-value is not calculated for better points than normal. We are always concerned, the p-value is always concerned to the loss of retinal sensitivity points. So when there is a, now we know from total deviation numerical plot, we know the depth of the scotoma at each point. Now it is converted, these deviation values are now converted to the scotometrist form depending on its p-value. P-value is nothing but how commonly seen in normal population. If this deviation is seen 1 in 5 population, 1 in 5 population, 1 in 5% of the normal population, this symbol is given. If it is seen in 2% of the normal population, this symbol is given. If it is seen in 1% of the normal population, this symbol is given. And if it is seen in 1 in 200 normal population, black square is given. So the loss of retinal sensitivity is converted into scotometrist form to give the extent and the pattern of the field effect. The extent and the pattern of the field effect, they are given the symbols according to its p-value. If you observe the black square, -7 is also black square, -8 is also black square, -12 is also black square, -24 is also black square. A black square in the probability plot represents huge range of loss of retinal sensitivity starting from -7 to -35 up to the. So a black square in the probability plot does not mean that it is absolute scotoma. It only indicates that its p-value is less than 0.5%. And never comment foveal split by seeing black squares and the 24- or 30-2. And never assess the depth from the probability plots. Probability plots only gives you the extent and the pattern of the field. Now coming to the localized field effect. When there is a localized field effect, what we see in raw data, that is appreciated in the grayscale, that is appreciated in the total deviation numerical plot, and corresponding to the retinal fiber layer defect. And this is now giving the pattern of the field effect, extent of the field effect. And in a localized scotoma, the total deviation probability plot and pattern deviation probability plot, they almost look similar. That is an important observation. Both probability plots in a localized scotoma, they look almost similar. Then why the pattern plots are created? Take for example in glaucoma and in cataract, usually the loss of retinal sensitivity is around more than 8 dB, starting with 8 dB. Once the loss of retinal sensitivity at all points are more than 8 dB or with 8 dB, all will be represented by black squares. And if this patient now develops a localized field effect, or if this patient develops heminopic field effect, or if this patient, the cataract patient, develops altitudinal field effect. Now, how to appreciate this localized scotoma in a generalized depression? Take for example in this patient, a patient with cataract is the hazy media and appreciating nerve fiber here. Visual fields were taken. One can appreciate an absolute scotoma in the raw data and represented in the grayscale, represented in the total deviation numerical plot as -32. But this deep scotoma is masked in the generalized depression. To appreciate the localized scotoma in a generalized depression, pattern plots are created. This is another patient with a cataract, hazy media, giving an indication of nerve fiber defect here. And the loss of retinal sensitivity -9, this 9, raw data 13, 12, 16. And it's appreciated in the grayscale, appreciated in the total deviation numerical plot, but masked in the generalized depression of total deviation probability plot, highlighted in the pattern plots. So the localized scotoma hidden in the generalized depression or masked in the generalized depression, to appreciate the localized scotoma, pattern plots are created. This is heminopic field effect appreciated in the raw data. You see, this light is actually becoming dim. We are seeing an inferior sign in front of 2. We have to change the bulb. And appreciated in the grayscale, appreciated in the total deviation numerical plot, but masked in the generalized depression because of the cataract, and appreciated in the pattern plot. So pattern plots are created to appreciate the localized scotomas masked in the generalized depression of total deviation numerical plot. Usually, in our ophthalmology, the common cause of the total depression, the total deviation probability plot is usually due to cataract. So now we know why the pattern plots are created. The pattern plots are created to highlight the deep scotomas in a generalized depression. Now we should see how they are created. Why you are created, we know now. By how they are created. The most important point, the key point to understand the conversion of total deviation to pattern deviation, getting an idea of arranging the deviation values of total deviation numerical plot in a chronological order, and identification of seventh best deviation point, and add the dB value that converts the seventh best deviation point to zero deviation, all the points of TDNP to convert TDNP to PDNP. Now we'll see. Normally in ophthalmology, in our daily practice, we have four types of printouts. The patient coming with early glaucoma is a localized, or advanced glaucoma, or a patient with cataract with glaucoma, or only pure cataract. These are usually the four printouts. What we have in these four printouts, now we will analyze. This is the advanced case of glaucoma. This is the cataract with glaucoma. This is pure cataract, and this is a localized scotoma, early glaucoma. And in all the total deviation numerical plot, you arrange in a chronological order. In this, all are minus, and the best deviation point is -10, and the worst deviation point is 13. Here also, all are minus. There is no zero. There is no better points. The best point is -4, and the worst deviation point is -13. Here also, there is no better point than normal, or no zero, no normal point. All are deviated. Loss of retinal sensitivity points, starting with my best deviation point is -4, and the least worst deviation point is -11. And here is the normal. It is localized scotoma. In localized scotoma, most of the points may be normal. There is no loss of retinal sensitivity. So some of the starts with 0, you arrange in 0, then -1, -2, worst point is 35. So most important thing is arrange in a chronological order and select the seventh best deviation point in each category. And now we add, you convert the seventh best deviation point to zero deviation point, add plus the dB value that converts seventh best deviation point to 0 dB. Here -6, add +6. Here best seventh deviation point to -7, add +7. Here the best deviation point, seventh best deviation point is -1, add +1. So add the dB value that converts seventh best deviation point to 0 deviation to all the points of TDNP to convert into PDNP. Now by adding this, we will observe. So this is the total deviation numerical plot, arranged in a chronological order. Seventh best point is 15. Here you see, this is -4, -7, -9, -10, -13, -13, and this is -15 and -15. So there are actually now the seventh best deviation point. Now add +15. So you bring all the points above. The seventh best deviation to 0 means it is coming to the slope. While adding all the points, 15 dB to all the points, so the first 6 points, either they come to the normal slope of field of vision, or they become above the hill of vision. So minimum in 52 points, minimum 7 points will not have any p-value. The points above the hill of vision and the points on the slope of field of vision will not be represented by any p-value. So minimum 7 points will not have any p-value symbol in the pattern plot. So generalized depression will be removed. This is by adding, these points became normal. And these points will come close to the slope of field of vision. They are the superficial scotoma. And by identifying the superficial scotomas, we can know the direction of progression. And the deep scotomas will not change the black square. P-value 0.5% will not be changed even by adding plus 50. Still they retain the p-value 0.5%. This is the conversion of total deviation numerical plot or total deviation past to pattern plots. So take for example, this is the cataract with glaucoma, and the best seventh point deviation point is -6. We add +6. So this is the -4, -4, -5, -5, -5, -6 is the, so add +6. While adding the +6, all these yellow points now will become above the hill of vision, and the -6, all the -6 will occupy the normal slope of field of vision, and mostly some of the scotomas nearer to this, they come here, they will not be represented any value because they are close to the slope of field of vision. Still, by adding +6, the deep scotoma still retained their p-value and appreciated in the pattern deviation probability. So this is actually the patient with cataract suspected glaucoma taken with field. This is the generalized depression due to cataract, and he was operated after surgery. The generalized depression is removed, and we can appreciate the localized scotoma in a generalized depression in the total deviation probability plot itself. Surgical removal of generalized depression. It is the software removal of generalized depression. Now, coming into the cataract. Now, usually the cataract will have uniform generalized depression. And the perimetric definition is, for example, because of the cataract, the patient loses the loss of retinal sensitivity, -5, -5, -7. And the seventh best deviation point is -7, and +7 is added. While adding this -7, bringing to the normal slope of field of vision, all the points now became close to the slope of field of vision, and they will not be represented by any symbol. So this is the perimetric definition of uniform generalized depression. Uniform generalized depression means it need not be all the points should be -6, -6, not like that. During conversion, even on either side, less or 2 to 3 dB on either side from the mean, you can take it as a uniform generalized depression. So you need always make the habit of seeing both probability plot as a single unit. A total deviation numerical plot and a just showing generalized depression, and a pattern deviation probability plot showing no scotoma, we call it is a uniform generalized depression. During conversion, all the points will become close to the slope of field of vision, and they will not be represented by any symbol, and no scotoma is seen in the pattern plot. In a localized scotoma, you see, in localized scotoma, most of the points will be on the nearer to the slope of field of vision. And the seventh best deviation point is already, the better points are 2, and seventh best point is already on the slope. So we don't add anything because they're already on slope. So in a localized scotoma, because seventh deviation point is very close to the field of vision, or in this case, it is on the slope of field of vision, so we don't add anything. So there is no change in the numerical values, and the pattern plots will be, probability plots will be similar. Sometimes the seventh best point may be -1. So we add only +1. This is the -1 here. This is the seventh best deviation point. This seventh deviation, we bring +1 is added. So they will be elevated by 1 dB. By elevating by 1 dB, we don't usually see any gross change in the probability plots. By elevating 1 dB, see for example, these scotomas, this is the representation of p-value less than 1%, it became p-value 2%. So that means actually we can know this is progressing. Here by seeing the pattern plot, we know this is progressing in this direction, because by adding 1, they disappeared. They became p-value of 1% became p-value 2%. By identifying this change in p-value, we can